Showcase with Margot Woodward, and she's going to talk about Primerica and the opportunities available there. And I'll let Margot take it away.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us, Sarah. And I am very, very excited to just be able to share with you about the opportunities that are available. So I'll just really take a few moments to share a little bit about myself, a little bit about the company and the positions that are available. And then lastly, I'll share just the steps that it would take to get started working with us and earning some additional income. So a little bit about myself. The first thing that I just have to share is that I am a TCC graduate. Woo, woo, woo. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I graduated from TCC with an associate's in journalism. I then transferred to Rogers State and got a bachelor in communications. And at the time, I just knew that I was going to do journalism. There was no other option. Well, that was before I did a couple of internships. So after the first internship, I said, well, I don't know, we'll see. Then after the second one, I knew that that's just not what I wanted to do as a career path. And so internships and just getting that real life experience really do play a huge role. So from there, I then kind of had to go back to the drawing board to figure out what I wanted to do. And I thought about teaching at the elementary level, and then kind of went through some more processes. And I decided that I wanted to teach speech at TCC. I got that specific. And so it really worked out for my family. We had young babies at the time, and my husband worked during the day, and I stayed at home with the babies. Well, I found out that OSU Tulsa, their grad school, their classes were at night. So it really just worked out for us. I went there and went to grad school, got a master's in strategic communication, partnered with TCC while in grad school. And in this past January marks 3 years that I've been teaching speech at TCC. So I'm very, very grateful for that. I just don't take it lightly. I know, that journey throughout school to get to the other side can just sometimes seem forever, but there is hope on the other side of that. And so, so I've been teaching TCC 3 years here in January. Well, last year, right in the midst of COVID, an opportunity came my way through Primerica. Was able to get introduced to this company, their products, their services, their mission, what their focus is, and I loved it. And so I took this role in finance and insurance with Primerica last May, continuing to teach at TCC, of course. So started with them last May, and then in July, I got my insurance license. And of course, I've just been helping clients and just really growing in the role. And I'm just really loving it. And so now I'm at a place where I'm assisting with just expanding our office and bringing on other individuals who are looking forward to, getting an additional income rolling in. And it's so funny because for me, I never would have thought that I would be working in finance or insurance. I mean, my background is straight communications, numbers. Oh my goodness, no. But what I have found about this role is just the times that we're in with COVID, and people really are having a need for what we have. And so though the role is in finance and insurance, for the most part, it really is just a people business, building those relationships, having those conversations, present what we offer, and then the system really does a lot of the work from there. So that's a little bit about my background and just my role with the company. One thing I will share is just kind of let you see my license, right? Because Primerica, they provide all the support in order to get your license. And I know a lot of times there can be some misconceptions around certain companies and just how things work. And so I just really wanted to share this. Again, got that last summer. And the cool thing about it is that this is not, Primerica is not anywhere on here, right? This is literally through the state of Oklahoma insurance department. And so this is really just another certification that I've added to my belt that'll really be able to go with me regardless of the direction that my career may go in later. And so I just wanted to highlight that yes, you would, if you decided that you wanted to take a role with us, we're going to provide you the support to gather this certificate through the state that, of course, would be enhancing your credibility and just giving you another level of professionalism that you would be able to just kind of add to your resume. So that's just a little bit about myself and just my journey so far with the company. What I'm going to do is just kind of transition, and I'm going to go through a presentation to kind of just share with you a little bit about the company, who we are, what is our mission, what exactly do we do, and then from there, I can just share more details about taking a role with us and what that process would look like. So let me just pull the presentation up here. And share screen. There it is. Okay. Can you see that screen, the presentation okay there? Okay. So yeah, the company is Primerica. So I'll just basically go through this. And again, if you have any questions or anything, please jot them down, because once we go through this, I think we'll have time at the end for any specific questions that you may have. But a little bit about our company. We are the largest financial services company in North America with over 131,000 licensed representatives. To put that in perspective, State Farm, which is a large competitor of ours on the insurance side, they have about 19,000 representatives. So I like to highlight that because they tend to be more familiar with State Farm than Primerica, because State Farm, they do a lot of national advertising, and we don't. We really do rely on word of mouth and just getting those referrals through our clientele, which then really equates to, more commissions being able to be paid to the representatives, because there's not a lot of money that's spent on advertising. We are listed on the New York Stock Exchange. We've been around since '77, so this is not a company that's just kind of formed overnight. We do have history. We have over 5,000 office locations. Like, even with COVID, when we moved online to Zoom due to not being able to meet in person, we still have those locations all throughout the nation, right? Local, regional, nationally. The office that I work out of is located off of 61st and Memorial, in that tall building there right on the south of 61st Street. And so if we ever needed to meet in person, even though most of the work is done online, we do have our office location that we can meet at and train at and provide any support that you would need. We do have more than 7 million life insurance and investment clients. Again, we are a financial services company, and insurance is a part of a sound financial system. So insurance is one of the products that we offer. And of course, that would be the license that you would receive. That was the license that I was able to share with you guys a moment ago. That's my insurance license through the state of Oklahoma. We have over $902 billion of life insurance coverage in force. And this here is really one of the things that I'm very, very grateful to be able to share, because it's one thing for us to speak about ourselves, right? And so people, maybe they haven't heard of Primerica, maybe they've heard a little bit, but for us to be able to share that other companies and organizations that people do recognize, they're giving Primerica recognition, that really is credibility that I'm so grateful to be able to share, not only to just our future teammates, but also to our clients, right? When I'm sharing this, I literally see people kind of like sit up a little bit like, okay, well, this is for real. I know Forbes, this is a good thing, right? And so 2015, Forbes listed us on their America's 50 most trustworthy financial companies. Forbes, as of 2020, they added us to their Fortune 1000. Most people are familiar with the Fortune 500, which is the largest 500 companies in North America. Well, they've extended that out to 1,000, and Primerica has made that list. So this just gives you a little bit of insight into the credibility that we have in the industry with regards to the work that we are doing for families. This is our mission statement. And this is really one of the things that got my interest in the beginning, because I know of so many families that can, use some support as it relates to strengthening their financial situation. So our mission statement is to help families earn more income and become properly protected, debt-free, and financially independent. And all of the products and services that we offer our clients, they really do support that mission statement. Like I said, I started with the company last May, and just throughout time of just having different experiences with clients in different situations, I've been so grateful to see the company follow through on this. One particular instance that I have is that a lot of times in insurance, what will happen is insurance companies, they will issue families policy after policy. I've helped out some families that they've had 3 or 4 policies with the same company for their family, meaning 4 different deductions coming out of their account, right? And that's profitable for the insurance company, but not necessarily the client. And so I've seen that, right? And we always explain to our clients how that's really not the best thing, right? You can get a policy with a company, and if the situation changes, you can increase or even decrease your amount, right? To make sure that's going to fit. So I always communicated that. Well, I had a situation where I issued a policy to a family. The lady had an old Primerica policy years ago. And once I submitted the new policy, the company, like, they flagged it and they're like, okay, wait a minute. She has a policy with us from years ago. Why are we not adjusting that? Why are we just issuing her a new policy? And so it turned into just this situation that I really had to work through. And though it was more work for me, really, I was grateful because, again, I just started with the company last May. I was so grateful to see that, wow, we really do what's in the best interest of the client, right? Because to issue a new policy, that's good for business, but it's not good for families. And so I've had that personal experience to where it, again, has just provided me another level of passion for the company and for what we're doing for families. And so this is our mission statement. And again, everything that we do supports that. This provides a visual of all of the products and services that we offer, as well as current partnerships that we have in place. Now, it can look a little overwhelming, right? At first glance, it's like, wait, what is all this, right? But really, if we look at the top left, life insurance, that's a piece of what we offer. Life insurance should be the cornerstone or the foundation of any solid financial home. The state requires us to have insurance on our automobiles because they say, wait, if you get into an accident, we need to know that you're going to be able to cover any damages that you cause, right? You may not have thousands of dollars in the bank, but if you get insurance, we know that it'll be able to be taken care of. Though life insurance is not regulated like that, we should view it the same way, because it doesn't matter about the property or our assets. If something were to happen to us and our income goes away, how are those assets going to still be maintained? How will our children be provided for? And so again, the state doesn't regulate that like they do automobile insurance, but we should still view it the same way. So life insurance really is a foundational component of a solid financial home. And that is a product that we offer our clients. And I must add, at a very reasonable rate. That's probably one of the another top reasons why I'm very passionate about what we do, is because we offer great products at great rates, right? Some people know that life insurance is important, but they're like, well, it is important, but I can't afford it right now. Well, I get so excited when I mention, our services and provide specific quotes. People are like, wow, really? Okay, maybe I can do this. I can afford that. And so that just gets me excited because it lets people know that they can afford something that they do need, especially in these times that we're living in. Everything on the right-hand side, the 401k, the annuities, the investments and mutual funds, all of that relates to retirement and investing and just long-term planning. So straight out the gate with us, we would assist you with getting your life insurance license, which that's really about a month process. Some people can go at it in a week or two, but really we say no longer than a month. Now, if you decided you wanted to do this long-term, you want to go all in, then you would go and get your second license, which would be your investment license. At that point, you're a financial advisor and you're able to assist with all of these services, the 401k, the investments, and all of that. So as I mentioned, I got my insurance license in July, and currently I'm studying for the exams for my investment license. So I would be that full financial advisor, but it's not required, right? This is really, you just work it as it fits with your goals and then make it work for your particular career interest. Then we also have the Primerica Legal Protection Program, which provides our clients access to attorneys at very reasonable rates. We just got into mortgages. And then we also offer auto, home, renters, and business insurance. The cool thing about that is that we quote over 30 companies, so we're all able to offer very competitive rates. Again, personal story for myself. When I first started with Primerica, my husband and I, we did an auto quote and we were paying about $100 a month, it went down to 50 something dollars. Okay. So we did a 6-month policy at that time. And then I think that one was coming to close, and we did another quote. And it's so funny, it went down again. Now it's like in the 30s. And what's funny is that initially, before we were with Primerica, we were with Progressive. We then got a better rate with another company through Primerica's system that took us down to 50. We re-quoted again when that policy ended. And now we're back with Progressive paying like the 30 something dollars a month. So a lot of times people don't realize when you just stay with an insurance company, just period, that though we like to think that loyalty will be rewarded, a lot of times it's not, right? And so the success and really saving can be in the system, to where if it's encouraged to get a new quote every 6 months to a year, because other companies will fight for your business. And who knows, you may be able to go back to your, initial company just paying less because, you've, left and then come back as a new customer. So this just provides you a visual of everything that we do. Again, I do not want it to be overwhelming. Again, it is a piece at a time, and you don't have to go into the investment side of it. You can make a very solid part-time income coming in through the life insurance, right? Just those first two pieces at the top, you could provide everything from auto, home, renters, business, and life insurance. And that's a lot. Even though it's a small chunk of our big picture, that would still allow you to service families in many, many ways. Then I'll just take a few moments to explain a few concepts that we make sure that our clients understand. One of them being the rule of 72. This really relates to retirement, investing, 401ks, if you think about those. Basically, it allows people to understand how their money is going to grow depending on the rate of return that they're getting. Most people, what they do when they go to work, their HR department at their job, they come, they fill out some paperwork. It says 401k or something. So they sign that, it goes back to HR. They never think about it again. They don't know their rate of return. They don't know how their money is growing. They don't know anything other than the fact that they are contributing to a 401k. So working with us, our families, they know that information. And not only do they know it, they know that we're assisting them with making sure that their accounts, their 401k, their retirement accounts, are set up in a way that's going to allow them to get as much return on that investment as possible. So for instance, if someone were to invest $10,000, getting a 3% return on the investment, that money would double every 24 years. If they were to invest that same amount of money, getting a 6%, then it would double every 12 years. Again, we're starting with the same amount every time. If they were to invest that money, getting a 12% return on their investment, that money would double every 6 years, right? And so it's so important to be aware of these concepts. And again, I'm no math wizard, right? It's just so often we don't have that awareness or that knowledge to make sure that our accounts are set up the way they need to be set up, to make sure that we're getting back as much as we can get back. And these are some of the things that our clients are going to be able to get, the service that you would be able to provide people, not just because you've been introduced to it and you're able to share your learnings with others. Another very important concept that we teach our clients is their financial independence number. I love this. And I'll tell you, before I started with the company, I never thought about this before, right? Because you're just getting started. Maybe you're still going to school, or you're young and you're new in your career. So you're just thinking about landing a position. You're just thinking about making some money. Okay, can I at least make some money before I start thinking about all these other things? And I understand that, right? But we do want to get to a point to where we can retire. And the beautiful thing about that is the younger that we are, the more awareness that we have regarding these principles and these concepts, we're in a better position, because even if I don't have the money now, at least I know, okay, this is kind of a long-term goal for me. And this is about the amount of money that I would need to be saving on a monthly basis to reach whatever my retirement goal may be. And so what we refer to this concept as is the financial independence number. And we just basically ask our client questions such as, when do you want to retire? And when you retire, how much do you want to live off on each month? Right. So we plug that information in. Our system factors in inflation, because we know the value of money changes over time. So we plug all of that in and we say, hey, well, Mr. Smith, based on your goals, right, because they tell us the goals, we would say that your financial independence number would be $1.8 million. Seems like a very huge number, but again, we're talking about 30 years from now, or 40 years from now, or 25 years from now, whenever that person wants to retire. And we don't stop there. We then say that's the financial independence number, but to get that, reach that number, to meet that goal, you would just need to save $585 per month, 30 years at a 9% return on your investment. Bam, there we go. Right. And so they're no longer just in the dark throwing money to a 401k. They have the awareness that they need to really reach their goals. This is just a quick summary here of just really how we can change families' lives at Primerica. Again, we do have a debt stacking program, and I didn't go into the details on all of these, but I can answer any questions that you may have. We have a debt stacking program, and following that, we can get people out of debt, including their mortgage. In this particular situation, it would go from 23 years to 9 years completely out of debt. We do offer life insurance. Many families are overpaying for life insurance and they don't have the coverage that they need. We can then, and like in this particular situation, increase their coverage amount and decrease their monthly premium. We have through that legal protection program, we can get them a will set up for as low as $38. And that's through a reputable law firm. We work with Riggs Abney. They're a credible law office downtown. If you walked in there and wanted to get a will set up, you're looking at thousands of dollars. Through our partnership, we're able to offer that to our clients for just $38. Auto and home, again, we're able to save so often on that. In this case, we could take them from $243 down to $178. And then also we can encourage people to get their money off of a CD at the bank that has a very low return on their investment, and then get them properly set up on a mutual fund, an individual retirement account, and then their money is growing in that area as well. So this is just provide you a summary, kind of an overview of the different services that we provide and how we can impact families' lives. So now what I'll do is just shift a little bit and just talk about our compensation, talk about what that looks like, and then what it would, the process on working with us, and then I can open it up to any questions. There are 6 different ways that we get paid here at Primerica. And the first thing that I'll say is that we're not employees of Primerica. We are contractors. So I'm an independent contractor of Primerica. I was introduced to the company. I fell in love with the products, the services, the company mission, the company culture. I then paid my startup. That covered my background, that covered my exam materials, studying for the exam, and it also covered my life insurance license, right? And then from there, I'm able to do business, right? Primerica, they offer the products, the services, the support. They then provide me all of the support that I need. I'm able to offer these products and services to families. Once they take advantage of one, then I'm compensated. So the first way that we get paid is through helping families, right? Again, and that's what makes it a beautiful opportunity, is that you're able to work it at your own pace. There's no quotas, there's no pressure. You don't have to go out and recruit people and hit these certain numbers, right? It's all there available for you, but it really is just a matter of what your goals are and what you're wanting out of it. And so the number one way you'd get paid is by serving families. You get paid by training new associates. If you got to a point to where you wanted to get into that area, you're going to get paid for doing that. There's recurring income with investments, with insurance. There's different bonuses that are available. Our office, there's always different promotions and bonuses that are available. Just this weekend, they rented out at the theater on Bixby. And it was just there was just the top producers of the office. You know, if you did what, it was a contest that if you won, you were able to get out. They covered everything there. Since I've been with the company, I've won an Alexa, so there's just always different promotions and different incentives that are offered. Stock ownership, if you got to a place of really developing a business, right, you're able to get that ownership income as well. And then there's a passive income. Say you did decide, that you wanted to build a team and train some people. It's very similar to the broker agent relationship, like in real estate, right? A realtor, you can go and get your exam, pass the exam, get your license, but you have to work under a broker. You don't just get to go and sell homes and just get paid, right? You have to get a broker. Whenever you get under that broker, whenever you sell a home, that broker is receiving a cut of whatever it is you do. Even if they don't go with you and they're not with you when you make this sale or anything, they do receive commission off of what you do because there's accountability there. there and you're working under their leadership and under their office. So ours is the exact same way, right? If you decide that you want to build some team and train some people, whatever they do, you're going to get that passive income through the team that you're developing. So those are the 6 different ways that we get paid. Just a quick summary here. It is a part-time opportunity. So again, you are able to work it at your own pace, and it really does provide you just an additional stream of income that you're able to bring in addition to what you're currently doing. So again, it is a contract position. It is based on just the effort that you're putting out there, but what we have, there is such a need. Again, I've never done an appointment and people say, oh my gosh, I don't need that. Oh, that's no good. No, people are always interested. Even if they don't do business with me, they're interested, and we're having conversations. We're considering what our rates are. How do they compare? And a lot of times people will do business with you. But I say that because it really will provide you an additional stream of income. For myself personally, I have no problem with just being, upfront. There have been months when I haven't earned anything. There have been months when I've earned like $1,000, some months of 500, maybe 1,500. So that's really kind of the range that I've seen. And I'm just starting, right? I haven't even been in this position for a year. And so that's really what I've seen up to this point. And so I say that to let you know that there is definitely an income opportunity there. It's a low cost of going into business for yourself, right? A lot of times people may have a desire to be an entrepreneur, to get into business, but they don't really know kind of where to go, how to get started. Primerica makes it very easy for you to get a taste of going into business for yourself, because again, they're going to assist you with getting your license so that you can do business. They provide you the tools, the support, the logo, marketing materials. It's all there for you. You're then in a position to determine, okay, now what am I going to do with this opportunity? How am I going to put myself out there so that I can reach people that I can serve? We do rely on a warm market referral system, right? We're not knocking on doors. The way that our training starts is that we would say, let's just set up some appointments with some people that you know, and you can just let them know that you're working on your insurance license. You just took a new position, and you just want to set up some appointments so that you can see exactly how it's going to go. You would not lead those appointments. They would be led for you. You would be there just observing, but then we're able to, that's where it starts. And that's where our success system, once you start there, some of those people will do business with you. That's just the way that it works. I think we say do 10 to 15 training appointments. I think out of my 10 to 15, I think 3 of them did business with me. And from there, you do referrals. From there, you get active on social media. From there, you just work it from there. And so, but there is no knocking on doors or anything of that nature. There is an opportunity, again, for promotions. And the more that you get promoted, the more income opportunity there is available for you. And then, of course, you're able to develop even more people to grow and be promoted. And that also just relates to more income for you. So our compensation structure is very similar to like the Mary Kay, or more current like Road and Fields or Herbalife, right? People, they try these products or services, they support the company, they then get on board. And then as they offer them to other people, the company then compensates you for that. And so that really is a summary there. And then lastly here, this is really the startup, right? Everything on the left-hand side, the 1163, that's what you would pay if you were to go and get licensed in insurance and investments yourself. With us, your startup is only $124. That's going to cover your background check. That provides the company the money to get your background check ran, right? Because we're contractors. So the 124 would cover your background check, your exam materials for the insurance license, as well as the insurance license. So that would get you started, and that would cover everything up to getting your insurance license. If you decided that, we would just get your application submitted with that payment, and then we would get started with your training process, get you those exam materials so that you can begin studying for that life insurance exam, pass that, get licensed, and then you'd be able to do business in insurance in the state of Oklahoma. And then the only other overhead that we have in this role is a monthly $25. And this is for the business support system. This includes your business website. This provides you the system online that you do all of your business out of. So say when you get your license and you're now providing people with life insurance, the system is just online. You access it on your own computer, you do the application, you submit it. You're able to keep up with your compensation, all of the reports that you need, all of the marketing materials, all of the training that you would need to be to succeed in the role. It even houses your contacts, right? So you don't need any other piece of equipment in order to do business. It's all here in that business support system. And so I just want to make sure and put all of the information out there for you so that as you consider it, you're aware of everything that goes into it. But that's it, right? So the 25 a month just gives you the access to do business, and then you're able to service your clients from home, wherever you may be. You're not forced to be in an office or come in, clock in, be at a cubicle or anything like that. And then lastly here, again, the sales and leadership are really the two ways that you can look at it. If you decided that you wanted to build a team and do all of that, you can go that route. That's going to put you on the leadership side of it, but you don't have to, right? You can just focus on servicing your clients. And as you do, you're going to be compensated for the families that you serve. Personally, I don't have a sales background. And so in my mind, I don't process it as sales. Everybody has their different skill sets. Like I said, my entire background was communication, right? I've never had a desire for sales. I don't even think that's my personality. But what I do know about me is if I believe in something and I'm passionate about it, like I said, all of my degrees have been in communication. So I just simply talk to people, right? I don't have any pressure on them. I just communicate. And if I'm speaking to the people that have a need for this and I'm communicating it well, they're going to take advantage of it. So if you have a sales background and you're excited about that, that's great. If you don't, but you're like, well, I kind of am interested in the license aspect. Trust me, you don't have to approach it with a sales mindset, but you are able to get your insurance license, your investment license if you desire. Definitely able to get a good income rolling in. You can help others with their finances. And I know during these times, there's certainly people around you that definitely could rely on some support and insight in order to strengthen their financial situation. Very, very flexible schedule. So if you are in school, you have different classes, maybe you work full time, you can work this when you want it. And I would just be there to support you and provide you whatever it is that you would need to do those appointments and to earn as much income as possible, because ultimately it is a position that we want to do well. And then of course it is a warm market system. So there is no knocking on doors or standing on corners holding a sign or anything like that. So that really is the information that I just wanted to share, just to kind of put it out there as far as my background, my experience with the company, the products, the services, the position itself. And I would be happy to answer any questions that anyone has.
You all can feel free to unmute yourselves and ask questions, or you can also drop it in the chat and we can do it that way. No questions from anyone?
Thoughts? Thumbs up, thumbs down. Y'all see a thumbs up? Woo!
Yay. I'm gonna drop Margot's email address in there too, in case you're more comfortable if you want to just email her directly and ask any questions.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, just so you all know, if you're applying for one of these positions or any other opportunities, or even for admittance into one of our allied health programs or something that requires an interview or a resume, we can help you with all of that in career services, helping you with your resume, applying for positions. We conduct mock interviews, and all of those services are available to you both now and when you graduate. So as an alum, all of that is still available to you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And I will grab our website and drop that in the chat too. And while I'm doing that, I'll just give one more chance for any questions, thoughts, or comments that you all might have. None? Okay, well, thank you all so much for joining us today. Thank you, Margot, for being here and letting our students know about this opportunity. And I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you guys for joining. I would love to hear from any of you guys through email and just hear your feedback and see if there's any interest, and definitely share with anyone else as well that may be interested in the opportunity or even the services that we offer. So I'm definitely eager to serve. So thank you guys.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.